Hello friends, my name is Mohit Mangal, and today in this video I will talk to you about how to get into the Indian Army. I am a career counselor and I am author of a Career Guide 2020 which has been circulated by CBSE to all the CBSE schools across the world just recently. First of all, let's start with the Indian Army, that is the logo of the Indian Army. You can see on your screen, this is a beautiful red colored logo of Indian Army. And the Indian Army motto is Seva Parmo Dharma. That means service is our duty. In this presentation today, in this video today, I'm going to talk to you about the careers in Indian Army. I will talk to you about Indian Army levels of entry, ranks and processes of entry at junior level. Then I'm going to talk to you about the details of the test and the selection procedure, commission in the Army, ranks and process of entry at the senior level, and then I'm going to talk to you about the details of test and selection processes for the entry at the senior level. Well, let's quickly get on to understanding about the Indian Army. The Indian Army is the land-based branch and the largest component of the Indian Armed Forces. The President of India is the Supreme Commander of the Indian Army. The primary mission of Indian Army is to ensure national security and national unity, to defend the national borders from external aggression and internal threats, and to maintain peace and security within its borders. It conducts humanitarian rescue operations during natural calamities and other disturbances, and can also be requisitioned by the government to cope up with any other internal threats. There are different levels of ranks available at the junior level. The first level of ranks which are there at the junior level include, the rank of a Sepoy, Lance Nayak, Nayak, Havildar, Naib Subedar, Subedar, and Subedar Major. If I look at the levels of entry at the junior level, one can get at the level of a soldier, Havildar, or a junior commissioned officer. And then remaining at the senior level are all people whom we call as the commissioned officers. Let us start with the first level of entry, that is the soldier entry. So if you look at the soldier entry, the soldiers can get into the Indian Army at grade 8th level, where a simple pass out candidate from 8th grade with age between 17.5 to 23 years can be a soldier tradesman, what they call it, for SYCE, mess keeper, or a housekeeper. Next level, one can be a soldier tradesman for all other trades like chef, dresser, tailor, painter, steward, artisan, etc., which needs to be a 10th pass candidate, where the candidate has to go through a physical fitness test, an exam known as CEE, along with the trade aptitude test. And again, the age limit would be 17.5 to 23 years. Third would be soldier general duty for all arms, where the eligibility criteria of education remains 10th or metric pass with 45% marks in aggregate and minimum 33% in each subject. Here also, one goes through a selection process of a physical fitness test followed by a common entrance exam conducted by the Army itself. Age limit is 17.5 to 21 years. Next, for the soldier entry is the soldier who is general duty for women military police, where the women need to be 10th or metric pass with 45% marks. Again, their selection procedure is physical fitness test followed by a common entrance exam. Age limit is 17.5 to 21 years. Then comes soldier technical, where technical arms, artillery, army air defense, where a candidate needs to be 10+2 exam pass in science with physics, chemistry, and mathematics, along with English, with minimum 50% marks in aggregate and minimum 40% marks in each subject. Here also, the selection process is through a physical fitness test followed by a common entrance exam. Age is 17.5 to 23 years. Then one can go ahead as a soldier clerk or a storekeeper, technical for all arms. Again, requirement would be 10+2, but here a candidate could be from any stream, that is arts, commerce or science, with 60% marks in aggregate and 50% in each subject minimum through a physical fitness test and a common entrance exam. Age limit is 17.5 to 23 years. This is the soldier entry. If one wants to get into the Indian Army straight away at the Havildar level, then one can go ahead as Havildar Education for the Army Education Corps. Here, a candidate falls under Group X, where one needs to be either a master's or a bachelor's with B.Ed, or a Group Y with a bachelor's with or without a B.Ed. Selection process is physical fitness test plus the requisite qualification. Age criteria is 20 to 25 years. And again, at Havildar level, one could be a survey automated cartographer, which falls part of what the engineer's core of the army is. Here, a candidate needs to be BA or a BSc with mathematics, must have also passed 12th class or equivalent with maths and science as main subjects. Here also, the selection process is physical fitness test plus the requisite qualification as shared with you in the educational ability, and the age criteria falls between 20 to 25 years. Next level comes the junior commissioned officer entry. Here, all the junior level people who are there in the armed forces or the army can appear for a physical fitness test and an SSB and graduate to become junior commissioned officers. So here one needs to be a graduate in any discipline from a recognized university. In addition, must possess following qualifications according to the religious denomination of if one wants to get into becoming a religious teacher, or one can become part of the catering or the Army Service Corps, where one needs to be 10+2 with a diploma or a degree in the area of hotel management or catering technology from any recognized university or a food craft institution, where again selection process is physical fitness test along with the requisite qualification, and age limit is 21 to 27 years. The common entrance exam, which I have shared with you, which is required for multiple entries at the soldier level. The subjects which are asked include general knowledge, mathematics, general science, and logical reasoning. Number of questions and marks I have displayed on your screen. The qualifying marks for this particular exam before they appear for the physical fitness test are 32. 2 marks are there for every right answer, and half mark is deducted for every wrong answer. Before we get into the officer level, in this video, post your question or comment below and get exclusive copy of my latest career guide, which is worth ₹250 free of cost. Now I move to the Indian Army or the commissioned officers. There are 2 types of commissions available in the Indian Army. The first commission is what we call as a permanent commission, where an officer who joins the defense force as an officer can continue working till the retirement age, ranging between 52 to 62 years, depending upon the rank and the nature of service which one joins. One can opt for voluntary retirement after 20 years of service and become eligible for pension. The second type of commission is something which we call as the short service commission. Here, the tenure is for 10 years, which can be extended by another 4 years, and one can retire or continue after 10 years if one wishes to. The ranks which are available at the officer level start from the rank of an officer cadet, moving to a lieutenant, captain, major, lieutenant colonel, colonel, brigadier, major general, lieutenant general, and the general is the rank where one is the chief of the army staff. Also, there is an honorary rank, field marshal, which is over and above the chief of the army staff. Next, we move to the entry procedure for the permanent commission. The National Defense Academy, NDA, is the first level of entry for permanent commission. Here, the educational eligibility is 10+2. Selection process is the exam known as National Defense Academy and Naval Academy exam, which is conducted by UPSC. Any candidate between 16 to 19 years can appear for this particular exam. Second level of entry is the OTA, Officers Training Academy, Gaya, which is a 10+2 technical entry scheme. Here again, the candidate needs to be 10+2 with physics, chemistry, and mathematics. The application is based on the advertisement followed by a service selection board. Here, the age criteria is 16.5 to 19.5 years. Third level of entry is the entry which any graduate can get into defense forces through an exam known as the Combined Defense Services Examination. This is applicable for both men and women, and this is conducted by Union Public Service Commission. The age for this is 17.5 to 23 years. One thing which we must note is the girls who join the Indian Armed Forces, or especially the Indian Army, can opt only for Short Service Commission through the CDSE exam. Next, for the Permanent Commission comes something which we call as a pre-final year university entry scheme, popularly known as UES, where educational qualification is a pre-final year student of an engineering. The application based on advertisement followed by SSB, 18 to 24 years of age. Then is the technical graduate course, which is for students who have completed engineering degree or are in the final year. Here again, the applications are based on advertisement followed by SSB. Then is the Army Education Corps, popularly known as AES, where a postgraduate degree in notified subject of humanities, languages, or sciences is applicable. Here, the candidate is again apply based on the application, which will then be followed by a service selection board. And the age criteria for this is 23 to 27 years. Next is the Indian Army Short Service Commission, where Short Service Commission through non-UPSC scheme could be for any graduate, application based on advertisement followed by SSB. For non-technical, again, one has to appear for the CDSE examination conducted by UPSC. And third is Short Service Commission, technical for men and women with requisite engineering degree, again, application based on advertisement followed by the SSB. Last leg is the Short Service Commission through NCC for both men and women, any graduate degree with 50% marks, and should have served for at least 3 years in a senior division of the NCC with C certificate. Also, there is application based on advertisement followed by SSB, age criteria 19 to 25 years. Then there is a Short Service Commission for the JAG, which is the basically legal fraternity within the army, where one requires to be a 3-year or a 5-year integrated LLB holder after 12th, and application based on advertisement followed by SSB is followed. Now, let me quickly take you through the procedure of NDA. You need to go to the website of UPSC, upsconline.nic.in to fill the application for NDA. The procedure is the NDA and NA is a paper-based exam conducted by UPSC twice a year. Candidate has to give preference amongst Army, Air Force, Navy, and Naval Academy. 10+2 cadet entry scheme. Successful qualification in exam followed by assessment of service selection board is the procedure. The SSB is conducted at 2 stages. First is the intelligence test, picture perception test, and the discussion test. Second is the psychological testing, followed by group testing and an interview. If one clears these 2 stages of SSB, then the candidate is sent for medical examination. And after one is selected for medical examination or goes through medical examination, the candidate spends 3 years at NDA in Khadagwasla, which is in Pune, followed by 1 year at the Indian Military Academy at Dehradun, Uttarakhand, for getting inducted into the army. The structure of the exam of NDA involves mathematics, 300 marks, where you get 2.5 hours to answer that. General ability test for 2.5 hours, which is 600 marks, total 900 marks, which is followed by SSB test and interview, which is another 900 marks. Here, there is a differential marking for each question in mathematics and general ability. Full marks are given for the right answer, and 1/3 of the total marks, whichever are applicable for that particular question, are deducted for incorrect answer. Then I talk to you about the procedure for CDSE. CDSE can again be filled online through the website, that is upsconline.nic.in. CDSE is Combined Defense Services Examination, which is again paper-based exam conducted by UPSC twice a year. Candidates have to give preference amongst Army, Air Force, Navy, or Officers Training Academy. Successful qualification in the exam is followed by a service selection board, and the service selection board again is a two-stage process similar to what is through NDA. One goes through intelligence test, picture perception test, and discussion test. Stage 2 is psychological testing, group testing, and interview. This is followed by medical examination. Anybody who clears the medical examination, candidate spends 1 year at IMA in Dehradun, Uttarakhand for Army. And if one opts for the Officers Training Academy, for Short Service Commission candidates, one goes for a 49-week training at the Officers Training Academy in Chennai. The CDS Combined Defense Services exam for IMA includes English 2-hour exam, General Knowledge 2-hour exam, Elementary Mathematics 2-hour exam, with each exam carrying 100 marks. This totals to 300, and anybody who opts for Officer Training Academy does not have to give elementary mathematics, has to only appear for English 2 hours exam and General Knowledge 2 hours exam. This total is followed by a test and interview, SSB test and interview, which is another 900 exams of marks. Marking will be +1 for the right answer, -0.33 for the wrong answer. Remaining any other entry, as I shared with you, which is based on advertisement and application, needs to be submitted online at joinindianarmy.nic.in. The advertisement for the same is published in Employment News and National Dailies every year from time to time. I hope this video gave you some insight in detail about Indian Army. If you need some career counseling or more details about your career, you can connect with my office at 7600888811. Parents, teachers can connect with me on Facebook or LinkedIn at IQUEMOHIT. Students can connect with me on YouTube or Instagram at IQUEMOHIT. You can post your question on my website, that is www.mohitmangal.com, or otherwise you can post your comment or query in the comment section below, and you will get an exclusive copy of my latest career guide 2020, which is worth 250 rupees free of cost. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this session. Keep visiting my channel again and again and get more information about a lot of other careers and career opportunities. God bless you. Thank you.